Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new to my channel. Hi, I am Tamie. If you like makeup tutorials, makeup reviews, makeup hauls, first impressions, and all things beauty, then you are at the right place. I would appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button and join me on this journey. So in today's video, I'm going to be creating a soft glam makeup tutorial. So get ready because it's going to be very detailed ones. If you're interested, continue watching and let's get into it. This is the final look of the look. Let's see how I created this beautiful fall-inspired soft glam look. Let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna get started first with my brow. But before I do, actually, I want to try this lip. I think it's called a lip balm by CNP Laboratory, and I received this from Skeepers. So I'm excited to get this. I've tried it. I wanted to share it with y'all. There are three new flavors in this line. This is the line that I got. This is the spicy line. There's a spicy line, a mojito line, or flavor, spicy flavor, mojito flavor, and fruity flavor. So I have the spicy one. And this has the ingredients that is in this one is manuka honey, fruit extract, peptide collagen, and shea butter. So this is pretty much what it looks like here. And you kind of just twist up and you get the product. And then I usually like to use this finger. So wipe it and then I put it on my lips. It doesn't really give like a glow or shine, but you feel like a spiciness in it. It helps with like delivering intense hydration to your dry lips and also cracked lips. And I've seen a slight difference in my lips, even though I do exfoliate. I try to exfoliate regularly, but this really does help keep my lips not only moisturized but also smooth in its own awesome way. So if you're looking for something for your dry lips, granted you are exfoliating with sugar and like a lightweight oil. That's how I exfoliate. You don't have to actually go buy an exfoliator. Just get sugar and like a coconut oil and rub it all over your lips with like one of those cotton pads. It will come off, and then you use something like this on top of it and you have a nice smooth lips until your next exfoliation date. But this is what it's pretty much looking like. There's not much of a shine, but it does give a nice pepperminty feel to it. I don't see in the ingredient any kind of peppermint, but I do feel the peppermint. This has collagen in it, so it's also going to help with reducing the look of fine lines, and the shea butter that's in it helps with smoothing your lips and keeping it soft, which I can definitely attest to. Like I have said in the intro, we're going to be creating a fall inspired soft glam makeup tutorial, beginner friendly look using the products that I picked out in my last video, which is for my fall basket. So I'm going to start with my brows. Today I'm gonna do the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade, and I may try to mix the brow glue. So this is sort of like a get ready with me. I'm gonna try my best to show you all the products, but if I don't, I'm gonna try to list it all in the description box below. So this is in the shade Ebony. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade, and what I do is it usually comes with I don't know if it came with this, but I know that you're supposed to have a spoolie of some sort and a brow brush for your brows to brush your hair up with and get your eyebrows done with it. Actually, before I start that, I want to put my primer on so that it can kind of be marinating as the time goes on, so I'm not piling product on each other and then we have like a bad outcome. But yeah, I've already done my skincare. That's why I'm glowing. But I did my skincare since like 8 a.m. Right now it's almost 3 p.m. Going to be using the MAC Serumizer with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer, and I'll be using the Estee Lauder in the areas that I usually get oily, and then the MAC Serumizer pretty much all over my face because it's very hydrating and I don't want to get too dry. I don't really like very dry, anything too matte, because what it does is it pretty much just enhances your wrinkles. I'm gonna just put a little bit on my hand here and then just dot it all over. So I just apply that all over actually. I'm even gonna put a little bit on my lids, because even though I'm still gonna use eye primer, but I just applied the serumizer on my face. It doesn't have too much of a tacky feel to it, but it has a nice scent to it and very light tackiness. Now I'm gonna go in with my Estee Lauder So I'm just gonna put it like in areas that I get a bit shiny, which is my nose, right here, and right here. And I don't like that. I don't know why. I think it's natural to get shiny there, but I don't like it. So I'm putting it there. See? Whoa, look at the difference. I was just shiny a few seconds ago. So this does a good job of blurring out and kind of canceling out the shine. So look at how kind of matte my face has become now. Yeah, that's good. Love that. Now I'm gonna go into getting my brows filled in. Yeah, I want to microblade my brows. I've done it once before, but I never got a chance to go do a second. Maybe you know how you have to go a second time. I don't know if you still do that now. I didn't get a chance to go back to do the second session. I'm simply just filling this into the end part of my brows, and I'm just using a light hand to apply it. All right. Oh, okay. I like the shade. It's not too dark, and I think I didn't apply too much because I don't want it to be too harsh either. And I didn't put too much on the front part of my brows here, because one thing about pomade is over time it gets like oily. I'm gonna see if I can add the brow glue over it and then brush it down again. That way to keep the hair in place. And I hope the brow glue would probably reduce the shine as well, because glue, when it dries down matte. So that might help as well. Just brush it over. Now, I think we're good. I'm gonna clean up my brows I'm gonna use the Revlon, because I did pull this out. This is the Revlon Flex Wear. It's a 24-hour Revlon Flex Wear Full Coverage Concealer. This is in Truffle. So this is very close to my skin tone as far as the concealer. I'm recording now, y'all. One moment, guys. All right, so I already did I finished with my brows. They're looking pretty good. Now I'm applying my P. Louise Rumor 6. It's called a cosmetic base, which is pretty much a primer, a base for your eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be doing my eyes first, as far as the shadow. Oh my God, I did add too much. Whenever you add too much, just take some off, wipe it onto the wipes or paper towel that you have. I like to use wipes because it's a little damp, so it's still it doesn't pick up lint too much. Well, the type of wipes that I use is the one from Sam's Club. They do not leave, lint. And I think it's the Member's Mark, like the Sam's Club brand. That's the one I use. I like that. I use the fragrance-free one, and I would totally recommend it for any use, really. I mean, I got it for my daughter, but I use it for myself as well, for makeup, everything and anything that I need to wipe with. So that's what I'm using right now. But for this particular, the pack that I have, I added my makeup removing solution to the already damp wipes in the wipe container. And that way it already has makeup remover in it for this particular, in my setup here. All the other wipes in the house is just the regular fragrance-free wipes, but this one is fragrance-free with makeup removing liquid added to it, which I think is pretty cool. Instead of buying makeup wipes, make your own. Now that's a tip for you, right? If you've never done that, try it. It works excellently. And I'm using my multitasker eye number 13 by Sephora. I received this from Sephora. So that's the brush that I'm using. I like it. It's very dense enough, and it's like perfect. Like it applies whatever it is I'm trying to apply. Even if I use this for eyeshadow, it will do a really good job as well. But I like this. I like this for applying my eyeshadow base. I did pick out the Iconic London eyeshadow palette. Is the Face and Eye palette. But I'm going to be using mainly the eye palette in here, which is these shades here. I'm going to be doing Dancing Flame, which is this shade here, and this shade here, which is called S'mores, right there. So I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of smoky type look. And if I need to maybe amp it up a little bit more, I have my Naked by Urban Decay Half Baked eyeshadow palette that I can dig into, but I don't think I would need to. I also have the Merit Beauty, this shade Brawn, which is perfect for like a transition shade actually. And I think I want to do this first, then we'll go into S'mores to build it up. You want to use a dense brush, so I have a brush like this. This is a Juno & Co brush. This is a really good brush. That's what it looks like. And it's the number ES17 brush. It would be good for pomade type of eyeshadow like this. And it makes it easy to pick it up, like so. It makes it easy to pick it up. And then you can like easily put it where you want. So as you can see, I'm like just stamping it into my lid and it's kind of showing up. And it kind of makes it also very precise as well. I'm just gonna apply it to the outer part of my lid here and then kind of keep it in an angle as well. And then I'll go in with like another Juno & Co brush, which is kind of like a flat brush like this, which is the ES06. Buff out the edge here. You see how that kind of disappeared? Just buffing it out like so. That's kind of what you're getting. Because I'm still gonna layer this up a bit more. I'm gonna pull my Sephora brush that I used. I'm trying to get rid of this crease here by looking down and just stamping it back in. See how it's creasing up already? I'm just trying to get rid of that so that it stops creasing. You gotta keep your brushes sitting out so that you can keep fixing whatever it is that you need to be fixing. Now I'm gonna go into s'mores with this Luna Magic brush, which is a rounded tip like this, and just swirl. This is more of a powder, and that's what I got from there when I tapped into it. And I'm using all clean brushes, so just gonna place it right on top of brawn, and I'm just tapping very lightly in order to avoid it getting muddy. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just tapping it right on top and then just sort of buffing it into my upper lid. See, I'm not bringing it too close here because I want to apply my shimmer there. For me, I feel like the more you add onto your lid, the more it can crease up. So you don't want to do too much with the lid. I'm still gonna put my bronzer here, which is why I'm not applying it all the way here. For my eye shape, this is what works. I know I'm gonna still bronze and all that, or contour. So I'm just simply doing it just slightly and bringing it slightly to the front, but not too close to the front. Oh, my battery's about to die. I need to change it. Be right back. All right, so I'm done with this look. Oh, it's this eye here. I'm gonna do the other eye and just watch how I do it. I simply just went back into Dancing Flame and placed it right on top of the base and then just slightly over the brown eyeshadow, which is S'mores and Brawn from Merit. And I used this flat brush from Use Spicy. This brown brush, flat brush right here. This has a bit of a soft texture to it, and then I just placed it right on top. But before I did do that, I also reduced the creasing by just tapping on to my lid again in order to reduce creasing from the base. And then I'm gonna go back to the same thing on the other side. And you just always want to keep your eyes looking down. If you have like a hooded eye like I do, and it's very, your lids fold, you always want to look down while you're applying your eyeshadow. All right, and then now I'm gonna just buff that out. Don't worry about getting it all over here because you haven't applied any makeup here. We can wipe it off. You can also use one of those tape thingy just so that you have like precise application to your eyeshadow. I'm just reducing any creasing for the front part here because I'm about to apply the shimmer. And I go into this flat brush again like I did before. Tap off any kind of fallout. Even though you might still get a fallout, just tap it off. Then just place, place, place. And I'm just literally trying to put it on the front part of my lid and slightly above the creased part of my lid, which is right here. You see right there? Slightly above. So when I pick up the shimmer, I make sure I get it on the crescent part of the brush as well, so that when I push it into my lid, it's applying a little bit above the crease of my lid. I don't want it too high. So that's kind of how I apply and do my shimmer application on my lid. It's sort of like a crease, but not quite. So if you see, it's still showing up right here. So it gives that little illusion. And then I want it blended in. I don't want it like this. You see how straight it is? I want it sort of blended in. So this is what I do. I flip the other side where there's not much product there and just bring the product out to kind of give like little specks of shimmer into the brown on top of it, but not as heavy as it is on the front part here. So that's what I'm going to do over here as well. Flipping it because I use that side and just bringing it over slightly like that. And you always want to look down, like I said, to get this result that you're looking at. And that's kind of how I do my lids almost every single time. And also I try to always make it as even as possible, but we can never get it exactly because one side of your body is always slightly bigger, slightly longer, slightly wider than the others. So you just get it as close to how you like it as possible and keep it moving. All right, we're moving on to the complexion. And I'm glad that I didn't get any fallouts either. This is gonna be great. I don't have to wipe anything off. I like that my primer has been sitting on my face for the length of time that I did my brows as well as my shadows. I'm gonna apply my foundation. The foundation that I picked out was the Morphe Filter Effects Soft Focus Foundation, medium to full coverage. This is in the shade Deep 34. So I'm gonna go in with like about 2, maybe 3 pumps because we're looking for full coverage. And I'm just gonna dot it everywhere, then blend it all in. And I'm gonna try to avoid my under eye. And with this foundation, mainly because it says soft focus, so it has sort of like a soft matte effect to it, you want to blend it in as quickly as you can so that you don't have like streaks. Oh no, forgot to plug in my mic on. I hope you guys heard everything I said. Sorry if it was far away. It was on the floor. Yeah, that's just about 2 pumps actually, not 3. Thought I was gonna need 3, but I don't. 2 is fine. And this is definitely giving soft matte. Now we're gonna go in with the concealers. I'm gonna be mixing the Kaja Don't Settle Flexible Seamless Concealer in the shade Chai Pudding and the one that I used to clean up my brows, which was the Revlon Color Stay. And the thing is, you can always build it up, so don't be too heavy-handed. Now, the brush you use for your concealer matters. You want to get something like this. For me, anyway, a little bit of a dense brush. This kind of brush here. You can also use blending sponge. This is from Yensa. I like the shape of this because you can get underneath the eyes, on the nose. But for me, because I'm not using so much product, it's gonna pick up all my product that I already have on my face. So I'm not gonna use it, but you can to go over if you used too much. For example, like let me get a little bit on this side. And I'm simply doing the area there that you would see like a line of demarcation, I guess, to get rid of that line. So do you see this line here? First, I would actually blend it out first with my brush. And if I really feel like I need to do more blending, look at that, it's gone now. But if I want to like do some more stuff, I just sort of tap lightly over that. And you have a more of a seamless look. Now I'm going to do my bronzing, and this time I'm gonna actually try out my Bounce, which is a Beauty Blender Bounce bronzing. I'm gonna use this brush to bronze with, sort of a bronze contour. I don't really contour that much anymore, so I'm gonna use it, tap into that, apply it right here. This is very pigmented, so you want to use it a little bit if you do pick up this product. And then you bring it down slightly, just a little bit of contour bronzing, feathering it in here, feathering it in here. I'm also just going over that bronzer to kind of reduce any of the harshness with my concealer brush without adding any product to it. As you can see, I will be bronzing this part of my face, so I'm gonna put some on my forehead here. It's time to set all of this down, and to set it I'm using my One Size, both in translucent as well as in deep dark. But before I do that, because of the blush that I'm using, type of a cushiony blush, so it's not quite powder but it turns into powder eventually. You want to apply the blush now before you apply your powder so it doesn't lift. And I'm using the MAC in the shade, this is the Pinch of Marrakesh Glow Play Cushiony Blush. That's what it's looking like. It's a very beautiful shade. I'm gonna be using this type of brush, then apply. It's kind of mixed with the bronzer, I'm going to set my under eye. Before I do though, you gotta get rid of the creasing, then set. I'm going to be using the both the one size powders. And first I'm going to start with the translucent one. So you look up. I'm going to tap this in there, but then I have like a tray here. Tap it on top of it to get rid of fallout. Keep looking up, and then I go in. Don't move, just stay looking up. Now see the under eye. Is how I keep my under eye staying that way. I'm gonna now do everything else. The under eye is good. We're not adding any more, because for me, the more I add, the more lines I get, and I don't want that. So brightening sections are done. Now I'm gonna go in with my same brush that I use for my bronzer. Wipe it off a little if you need to. Get into my one size. I'm just gonna place it on top of that. Tap on it. Tap off some of the excess powder, and then just apply it and brush it over this lightly. Sort of like setting it anyway. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of the translucent powder under my brow. I'm gonna use this brush all over my face. I'm going into the deep dark for the one size powder, and then just go all over my face with that. Get enough product in there, swirl it, tap off a little, and just start stamping it on. Okay, so I applied the powder, but I'm not done with my whole face yet because I still got to do my lashes, my under eye, and all of that. But I want to spray my setting spray, then we'll go to do that. So I'm using the Umber and Decay All Nighter Cactus Flower Vitamin C Water Long Lasting Setting Spray. But what you want to do is make a lot of spritz first, then as high as possible so that it's more of a fine mist. Now I'm gonna do my under eye and my lashes. I will be using these Eyeliner pre-glued, no glue leaded, seamless lashes. I'll be back after I apply my lashes. All right, so I'm done applying the lashes. One thing I will say about this lash is that I like the amount of glue on it, but I don't think it glues right away. So what I did to kind of reinforce it, to help it stick on, is I brushed my lashes to kind of get off all the eyeshadow powders and whatever. This is a clean spoolie, and I just sort of cleaned it out that way. Then I applied a Bond and Lock, one of those dual-ended lash glue that you can use for clusters. I applied it just a little bit, very little, under my lashes. Then I applied the pre-glued lash on my lashes, which gives a little bit more security to my lashes. I could literally wear this all day. I can't go to sleep in it though, but I could wear it all day and it'll stay on. Before I do the mascara, I want to do my under eye liner. Okay, I got this under eye liner from from Target, but it's by Essence. I have it in the shade, but first espresso. This is my first time trying out like a brown liner instead of black that I always use. I want to see how I would like this one. It sort of mimics the brown eyeshadow. You see? Oh, it's really pretty. And then if you want to like buff it in, you can grab a flat brush like this, buff it in. I like this pencil. It's really very soft and easy to use. All right, now I'm gonna go in the lash primer as well as my mascara. I'm using the Merit Beauty mascara and the Lancome primer. Going to be using my Fenty Traced Out Pencil Lip Liner, browned out. That's what that's looking like. Now the lip color that I'm using, and I got the Gloss Bomb sticks in the shade Sort of Selfish. I'm not sure if I want to use this, but I'm gonna try a little bit of that, and then also Bespoke in Merit Beauty lipstick. Yeah, this is not a bad shade. I want to like glossiness to it, so I'm gonna try the Gloss Bomb over it. I think I'm okay with this look. I like it. I like that it's not too standout-ish. Yeah, I like this. I like the combination. So I think that's everything for my face. I'm gonna just take my hair down. All right, I think that's it. All right, so this is the final look. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed some of the tips that I shared with you all in this video. If you do, please let me know which one you'll be incorporating into your makeup routine. Write down in the comment section below. If you are new to this channel, I hope you stuck around long enough to hit the like button. And if you're not new, you know what to do. Hit the like button. I would really appreciate it because it helps. I totally will appreciate that support. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a good one. Bye.